Yeah. Actual. Oh yeah, I found the best thing. I found actual the best thing. You know how you'd go to a wall that looks like it's an illusionary wall, and then there would be a note that says illusionary wall, and then one behind it that says like liar ahead? There's one here, and it's like liar ahead, and I was like, oh, I know what the next one is, and I went to it, and it was like liar required ahead, and then it's just an empty space before a wall. Yeah, but I don't think I can kill the Black Knight. It's very unfortunate. Also, I think one side of my headphones just died. Yes. One side of my headphones just died. Now I'm gonna beat him. I was just doubting myself, leave me alone. Okay, he's dead. He gave me an ember. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, always. How'd that go? What were you doing? Yeah. Oh. Oh, my headphone. Oh, they're working on both. Oh, no, now it's stopped again. Oh, yes, yes. I found the spot. That's good.
That is good, wasn't he?
Okay, the headphones need to just stop. Oh, oh, oh.
To forge the weapons of Farron, a fucking outrage.
Ah! Yeah. Jesus. To Asia. Trippy shit, hey. Just to Asia.
Tis good, wasn't it?
Tis good to see you. Blacksmith Andre. I didn't even realize that was Mad Dog Bar, yeah, I understand. What is that using? Titanite shard. I only have 4. That's just not gonna do.
Prithee, be careful.
Yes, prithee, be careful. No, leave me alone. To the cornfield.
Ah, how Ashen one.
Huh. So. There's a motherfucker. I really need to find better headphones, eh? Because this is not nice to deal with. Look at all that loot. Look at all that loot. Look at all that loot. Would you look at all that loot, mate? Blano, look at all that loot. I'm gonna have a smoke. If anybody watches my stream, they'll just hear me talking shit to you, eh? And no gameplay. Oh man. Yeah, and a thigh. Skin to skin, so, oh, this guy. You just want to get a win. Ah, you need to just download Dark Souls. True. I understand. Oh shit. I finished the free game already, eh? The What Remains of Edith Finch. It's just like a fucking story. You just walk the whole time and like go through windows and shit and then listen to a story and then like play in the story and then that's that. It sounds like now I've finished a game. I should have. I probably would have as well. It would have been a good idea. Yeah. Oh, you go through the window. Oh, dude. Oh. What remains of the door frames and the window frames? These headphones better be better. Blano, mate. Can you hear me now? I'm just looking for headphones and I found some and I put them in and then I talked and you didn't hear me and I was like, oh no. What for what? What do you need love and support for? You're gonna take on Salty Springs. Oh man. Wait, hold up, how do you do that by accident? That doesn't even make sense. How did you shoot a whole clip without noticing you were shooting a whole clip? Oh, I heard my name. Did somebody say my name?
Yeah.
Who was it?
Kayla.
Where is she?
I don't know. Outside.
Best conversation to streams. It's too late, you...
I see you.
Okay, lawyer.
This is washing drying. This is damp humidity that we have.
Oh god, that audio bug, bro. Oh, fuck.
I am here. But can I? Who's doing that? Oh, I'm sick of getting cracked red eye orbs, I tell you what. Hey, why does he want me? What? Nice. I have no idea, mate. Every time, eh? Oh shit. Okay. He's after me, Glano. It won't be for long with this guy with his arrows. Wow. Cinders of the Lord. Is it? Skeletons. Oh, he's not gonna die. This is the dub. Forget everything. Pizza gaming. He's got the know-how. What have you learned from Pizza Gaming 38? Exactly. Yeah. Oh! For fuck's sakes! Sometimes I play Fortnite with my friends and then instantly wish that I wasn't alive anymore. No, that's how I feel about Fortnite. Huh. Ah, fucking... This was not a good idea. I needed this homeward button. It wasn't a good idea. I didn't have the faith in myself to carry on. Pizza Gaming.
He was the only son and second child of Arion, Lord of Dragonstone.
Well, maybe the team should get closer and closer to Pizza Gaming.
I was 14 when I went into the tunnels for the first time, 11 years ago.
Well, Pizza Gaming knows what's what. Okay, I'll tell you. If I tell you anything that you should follow in life, it's that Pizza Gaming knows what he's doing, mate.
5 of us. 6 if you count Chaz. A junior at Pace Middleton.
Nice.
We were going into a senior year and we were just incoming freshmen. One of us, I think it was Rob, had met Chaz at a baseball camp. We had told him about the tunnels and asked if he wanted to see it. Rob told us about it on Saturday morning in August. I remember looking at Chaz as he talked. I had heard stories about what had happened to his friend. I didn't say anything to him.
You have?
I never knew what to say about stuff like that.
What have you done?
He walked us through nearly 7-foot high clearances. Symbols that I didn't recognize covered the walls. Real edgy teen stuff. The walls were honeycombed with the genesis of other, smaller tunnels that branched off the main. Flashlights pointed out with ceilings anywhere from 4 feet high to ones that required crawling on your hands and knees.
What needs smithing?
We trailed behind Chaz and barely concealed awe, while he walked backwards like a tour guide, explaining the history. Chaz said that it all had started because he was just looking for a place to get stoned. Its attitude on public drug use by teenagers is hardly progressive. Spurred on by the anti-marijuana policies of our great nation, Chaz had wandered off into the south end of town, down by the river and the glass factory, in hopes of finding an isolated area to get high.
Farewell, Ashen One. Every gaming person should be voiced by me.
And that's where he noticed an old storm grate that seemed to be askew. Pulling it aside, he lowered himself down a worn path and was astonished to come out into the massive environs of the tunnels. After a few moments of wandering around the cavernous space, he realized that he was not only in a bizarre empty space, but he was...
Oh.
in a bizarre empty space that was completely free of parents, police, or any other forces who would care if he smoked a bowl in public. And which he did. And then the next...
I know. Exactly.
And the next day after that. pretty soon the tunnels had become a home away from home for him. Which is when Chaz started to wonder why a small town like Illsville needed such a massive,
He what?
intricately linked tunnel system. A series of pipes
Yeah.
to take away excess rainwater made sense, but what he had discovered made no sense.
It is pointless.
There were hundreds of tunnels spanning in all directions, and they followed no plan as far as he could tell. Some looped in circles and others terminated abruptly, and still others seemed to go off for miles, with no end in sight. It was baffling and it seemed like it shouldn't have existed. And after Chaz had spent a few hours researching the city history, he found out that he was right. It didn't exist. At least that's what the public record said. The tunnels were not real.
What do they want them for? Oh no.
On paper, the city of Illsville had, as one would suspect, an extremely basic water drainage system. One large pipe ran north to south. And 10 smaller crisscrossed the rest of the area. The infrastructure had been built in the early 50s and, as far as Chaz could tell, hadn't been adjusted since. These facts stood in stark contrast to the reality of what was underneath the town. So much so that Chaz wasn't even sure if he was going crazy. So he began to conduct himself scientifically. He swore Steve and their other friend Ray to secrecy and then enlisted the two in his project, explaining as much as he could while trying to sound as sane as possible. Once all the parties were on the same page, the three descended into the tunnels armed with pens, compasses, and notebooks. They were going to map out the system.
Sounds like the typical Fortnite player.
Found out exactly what was going on. Almost immediately, bad luck struck. One of them, Ray, was grounded for failing geography. An irony lost on no one.
They are.
Then there were 2 weeks of solid rain, rendering the tunnels impassable. By the time the rains had ceased and everything was dry enough to explore, nearly 1 month had passed. Once they had gotten into the tunnels, the frustration vanished in the face of their task's immensity. Beneath Illswell, the tunnels splayed out in 100 contradictory directions. The job to map them. Boys realized was fruitless at best. But nevertheless, they tried, diligently going after school to wander and at starting points and ending points and everywhere in between. Meeting up later as a group to map.
Ashen One, did much like what lies with it, then let it find its own place within my bosom.
Out the territories as best as they could. Which is when, almost 2 months into the project, they realized why the area was so large.
May the flames guide.
New tunnels were
May the flames guide thy way.
and they didn't know how it was possible.
Very well.
There was no construction work, no jackhammers, no
What am I
machines.
doing?
But somehow, new tunnels
Okay.
were coming into existence at a rate of nearly one a week.
Hello again.
Ones
I
with
sense
ragged
that
edges and the
great
same
deal
sort of
of
bizarre graffiti
For
that
one,
infected the main
that you are
corridor.
most gentle of heart.
Weird human-like
I,
shapes
too,
but
am
hunched
bound
over
by
with
death.
long tails.
But I hear
Painted
that
in a strange
cordial
shining black
intrusion
ink.
beg If I can be of help.
Chaz and his
by
friends
all means,
decided they needed to talk to
walk
somebody
with
about what they had
me
discovered.
on your journey.
And Ray's dad was the unanimous selection.
If you should acquire blessing.
Yeah.
I just dropped out. What of this cesspool that couldn't be better.
Oh yeah.
Oh, champion of Ash, I was not meant to be a firekeeper, god I am. Have a pleasant journey. I pray for
What? Oh, the sadness.
He was also friendly with some people in the local government. I don't know of anyone they could approach. They assumed he was the most likely to be able to help out. Long story short, he wasn't. First, Ray's dad told the boys that they must have made a mistake.
What?
When confronted with the unimpeachable facts of their maps, he grew silent, studying them. And then he cleared his throat and told the three that the tunnels weren't a place for kids, that he had known about them, that everybody in charge of Hillsborough knew about them.
Because all the children don't fall at Tilted Towers and do emotes anymore, they do it elsewhere.
The tunnels, he explained, weren't for us. But he declined to say who they were for. He made the three swear in the Bible that they wouldn't talk about it, and looked at each other in Ray's living room with its nice TV and huge bookshelves and expensive furniture. What the fuck was that? Steve whispered. Ray, Steve, and Chaz decided to ignore the advice. They were going to keep going into the tunnels until they discovered what was going on down there.
I think I have as well.
They planned on starting that night.
I'm unsure.
The prediction of storms had them put their plans on hold. The next morning,
The rust
rain
skit?
came down, drenching the landscape and turning the world gray and blurry.
I don't think so.
Chaz. Ray had disappeared last night. He must have gone into the tunnels before the storm started. After he hung up the phone, Chaz rode his bike down to the storm grates, pedaling so fast that he had crashed twice.
Yeah.
And when he got there, all he could do was stare at the flooded corridor. They found Ray's body a few weeks later, bloated and exact white from the unrelenting waters. He was naked too, but the police ascribed that to the simple process of drowning and the degradation of the elements. But there was something else. The body was covered in bite marks. Small, tiny bite marks. It was odd in that he hadn't even been partially consumed. Just almost nibbled. The bites formed a strange cryptic pattern that Chaz and Steve immediately recognized. God! The wounds in the neck of their friend's corpse in his black coffin. When they left the funeral home, they looked at each other. Those marks. Chaz. They're the same as the ones on the walls of the corridor. Steve finished. And that, said Chaz, finishing his story as we stared at him, open mouthed and gaping. It was when we decided we needed to find out what was going on in the tunnels. His word echoed in the suddenly sinister space of the great.
Oh, dang, man. Yeah, my phone won't stop telling me about it, eh? Yeah.
I've been proudly no sleep for a while now. Some of the first-hand accounts I see on here help me with my work.
It's too loud.
However, other times I can't help but think, how the hell are you still alive? But then it makes me realize that for every account that I read of somebody surviving, there are actually 3 more cases where somebody did die because of their stupid mistakes.
What?
So I'm here to try to keep you all from being mauled, abducted, eaten, or otherwise confused by the things that go bump in the night.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What gives this guy the right to talk down to us like he is? Well, I've been hunting these things for 29 years now. Most people in my line of work don't make it to 10, much less 30. Before you ask, no, I will not be having a party. My point is that I know a hell of a lot about these things. You need to learn to stay alive if you have my job. It's not as easy as reading the old stories. And that leads into the first thing that I would like to address. Lore. I have an acronym for lore. Lost over recent eras. And this little beauty has saved my life plenty of times.
Yeah.
Do not expect to survive an encounter with a creature that you know nothing about. And do not expect to survive an encounter with a creature using 400-year-old information. Not only is lore old information, but it's basically a giant game of telephone spanning centuries. And few millennials even know what a telephone is. It's word of mouth and it's not to be trusted. For example, there's a myriad of differences between the European lycanthrope and the North American skinwalker. An important difference to know is that lycanthropes have no power over their transformation, while skinwalkers can transform at will when they master the technique. When confronting a lycanthrope, they expect it to act like a rabid beast. They are predictable, however, in the sense that they will attack pretty much anything.
Ow.
Lycanthropes are often 8 to 10 feet tall, and depending on the height of the individual...
I've heard this one before as well.
They are heavily built and are extremely strong. Lycanthropy is a disease, and the movie's got that one right. The earth is full of these transformative viruses. They contort the base genome of DNA. Ever heard of the Black Death? It's the same type of disease, and just a different transformative effect. And because the disease changes the infected person's DNA, it can be passed down through family lines. Skinwalkers, however, do not transform because of the disease. They use blood magic. I hate blood magic so much. Native American lore talks of shamans who dabbled in the dark arts. Shape-shifting, mainly. The shaman will wear the pulse of an animal as their treatment.
Oh, I just got parried.
Well, the lore is not entirely accurate, as usual. Skinwalkers cannot shift into animals. They blend with them. They are humanoid beastmen. Most commonly, they use a candid as their animal. Why? Because it's blood magic. For the spell to work, the shaman, or the idiot playing with forces they don't understand, must skin the animal they want to shift into alive. Capturing and skinning a coyote or a fox is far easier than skinning a bear, deer, or other creatures of the forest. So guess what every dumbass thinks? That's a werewolf. And look, honey, it's a werewolf. No, it isn't. Let me make some things perfectly clear. Skinwalkers can still maintain their human intelligence after transformation. They're still able to reason. That means opening doors and with control of fate, maybe being filmed and captured, etc. I know firsthand how dangerous it is if a mistaken identity can be for an experienced hunter. And I can't even begin to talk the danger that a novice hunter is in. I was working with a man named Lincoln, a hunter of 8 years. I was only 12 years into my career at the time. We had gotten a tip from a local shaman on an Indian reservation that something was wrong. He whispered of the animal slaughter and howls of an owl. Now I knew what he meant immediately. Skinwalker. Nothing that I hadn't seen before. My partner under their fans had never heard of a skinwalker, so I had to give him a crash course. All the basics. Don't use silver. Find some monk's hood, more commonly known as wolfsbane, and poison your crossbow. And treat it like an intelligent human being. Well, Lincoln apparently took my advice and let it.
Ow.
He walked up to me a half an hour later with a wolfsbane plant. He tore it from the ground, root and stem, without any gloves. For those who do not know, monkshood is very poisonous, sometimes lethal. Now at least he hadn't eaten any. He had the common sense not to ingest a toxin, strong enough to knock a freaking beastman in their ass. But still, he was in danger of being affected by the plant. I told Lincoln that he had to sit this one out. Through skin contact, monks-said toxins can cause heart palpitations, sweating, and disorientation. Any of these
No! Fuck! I thought I was safe, but then I got knocked off the edge.
Together and split the reward for the wolves. But because of his stupid mistake, he had forfeited that reward. That night, I went into the woods alone. Or at least I thought I did. I set up shop in a tree stand